Tiffany here with the Peterborough Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here today. We wanted to welcome new member, the Mortgage Store. Hello, Michael Cara from the Mortgage Store. How are you today?
I'm well, Tiffany. How are you?
Excellent, thank you. Welcome to the Chamber, my friend.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be a part of it.
We thought maybe we'd get you to come in. Tell us a little bit about the Mortgage Store. What do you do? A bit about yourself, how you help people in town, and what you got going on.
I'd love to. The Mortgage Store was founded in 1990. So it's a pioneer in the mortgage brokerage industry. So it's been around quite a while. We currently have two locations, one in London, Ontario, one here in Peterborough, and a third is on the horizon just north of London in a little town called Exeter. So a lot of good things are happening. It's one of the more respected brokerages in the industry. Big part of that because it's been around for so long. So we're all about relationships. We're very loyal to the lenders that we have met along the way that we do business with. That in essence turns around and allows us to do something good for our customers because of those relationships. There have been times where it's been a narrow margin and we've been able to say, can you help our customer out? And our lenders have, because they want to keep us happy and we want to keep our customers happy. Everybody wins.
Such an advantage with a mortgage broker, right? There's that element, that human connection and the relationships you've nurtured through the years.
That's absolutely true, Tiffany. There are huge advantages, several advantages actually. Certainly the relationship's a big part of it. Generally speaking, there's the odd exception, but usually most mortgage brokers are seasoned, so they've been around a long time. It's the traditional banks, what we call retail banks, the brick and mortars that we're all accustomed to, where we keep our savings and checking accounts. We walk into generally tend to have large turnovers, generally tend to be a much younger staff. So the years of experience are not often there. But more importantly, when you're dealing with a mortgage broker, you're dealing with several lenders. We're not loyal to any one lender. So we can shop it around and do what is best for our client, where the best fit is. Just this past week, actually, I had a couple who the wife unfortunately collects a disability pension. Well, none of the major six banks will even consider that as income. But we do have lenders available to us who do consider it as income, and it made the difference between home ownership and non-home ownership. So there are a lot of perks to dealing with mortgage brokers, and not only that, we get lower rates than you can possibly walk into a branch and get. In fact, we get lower rates than the branch you walk into from that same institution. And why is that, of course, is the question. How can that be? How could I not walk into one of the big six and get a better rate when I'm dealing with the source? Well, I'll tell you why, because they are gigantic conglomerates. And they have their retail division, which are, like I said earlier, are the bricks and mortars that we're accustomed to walking into. But then they have their brokerage division. And the reason and each of those divisions, including several other divisions that the banks own, every single one of them is treated as a profit center. Now, what does that mean? It means that each of those divisions has to produce a profit every year. So when you walk into those retail branches, all those people you see, all of that retail space that you see, there is a cost to all of that. So that's why on the brokerage side, we can get a better rate than you can get by walking into one of those branches. We don't have any of those costs. The costs that I incur are my costs. They're not the bank's costs. So when I'm dealing with the brokerage division of the banks, there is no cost between me and them. So we tend to have a more discounted mortgage rate, which of course is passed on to our customers.
So interesting how it all works together too, right? And I think that the relationships that and the people, like such meaningful work that you do, because we're not talking like even all new buyers either, like even mortgage renewals, people should be exploring
Mhm.
brokers, eh?
Absolutely. Uh, you should always shop your mortgage renewal out. The rate that the banks will give you on a mortgage renewal generally tend to be a lot higher than the current market rate. So don't be afraid and whether you want to do business with me or don't want to do business with me, please go to a mortgage broker and have them shop your renewal out. The savings are enormous. The odds are mortgage is the biggest expense any of us will ever have in our lifetime. And any financial planner out there who's worth their salt will tell you that you are far better off to get your mortgage paid and paid off, and the quicker the better, than you are to even start investing into RSPs for that matter. So it's that big of a cost in the creation of wealth in our lifetime.
It's just amazing. It's always worth the conversation, right? Even, it's always worth just pick up the phone, have a quick chat. And, with the mortgage store, I mean, you just said you guys have been open since 1990. So what, 31 years of experience, kind of dealing in the area, helping people get their homes, achieve their dreams, even renew at good rates. So the mortgage store, check it out. If you're a new buyer, if you're renewing, if you know somebody that's shopping, check out the mortgage store. How do we get a hold of you, Michael?
Well, you can go to our website, themortgagestore.net. We're located there, or you can send me an email at mike@mikecara.ca, or you can just phone me at 705-775-7878. That's a local number for those of you here in Peterborough.
Excellent. Michael, the mortgage advocate, reach out to the mortgage store. Welcome to the chamber, Michael.
Thank you. It's a pleasure it's a pleasure to be a member, and it's a pleasure to be a part of it.
Have a great day, everyone. See you around, Michael.